feel like we're gonna have some pretty weird fights kicking off here a lot of the times.
Well, let's see how Topson can do here in the lane. I mean, how will he do? I mean,
I think he'll do great.
Well, why do most people not play Sniper? Well, what's wrong with this era? Why do so many teams not want to ever touch it?
I've been seeing it get picked up a little bit more in pubs. I think he's been what he is forever. He's risky. You get collapsed on and you're just dead. But I feel like that's where the Mage Slayer might be that difference maker. I've seen him do it on the Sniper in pubs before too, and maybe he can actually hold his ground in the midst of it. I think also they have great ways of resetting and restarting fights, right? They have Naga Siren, so you can kind of dictate what fight you actually take. So that's probably why they were inclined for that Sniper.
These side lanes.
The next level
Who's under sort of the biggest pressure here? Is there any sort of duo lane that you could see causing issues early for either side?
I could see the bottom lane if they just misplay at all, really. There's a lot of potential that I can see just from Chakra Magic and just spamming Urshock. Although Urshock's cooldown, of course, has gotten greatly increased since his prime. I'm gonna hold that for a second. His top the missiles coming on 33.
Chase him down. They've got the rocket barrage. 33 is gonna hide in the trees, but they've got him. There's blood here for the safe lane of OG, this Gyro Death Prophet duo.
I was going to say that I do believe the offlaners in particular in this game look like they should have a pretty tough one. Because even top, this is a double range. And even as wonky as it kind of does sound, it can definitely set up for kills. Like Viper is so slow. If they ever see a position where Viper is close to their tower, they can likely make the aggressive move.
Has to be very careful how far it comes out there, 33.
And they also, like, No-Tail gets a big benefit that he's actually playing versus a hero like Clockwerk, even though he's a 5 Death Prophet, which is so weird, but the Spirit Sight fits actually kind of value.
So far in the mid lane, 9 having the slight lead here against Topson. I think for the moment, I think this is expectable. I think the lane is easier to play at the first few levels as the Void. You're just gonna have that easier time with the CS. And sure, you're gonna be constantly peaked by the Sniper, but that pulse will protect you from.
I mean, 9 has to be a little careful here. Topson actually juked.
He might be dead,
9 actually might. You were saying that as he
I was
walked
say,
up
yeah,
trying
of
to
course,
get
classic.
aggressive.
Yeah, I was saying, oh, he's fine. You know, he popped the shield. But yeah, Topson really pushing him to the limits there.
It's different because Topson doesn't need to expend nearly like anything pretty much on actual regen besides his initial, because he just is always so far back. He's getting clipped by a couple of these resonant pulses, but we see 9 is really getting bullied because of that mid ward that Topson has.
Topson's out. Trying to make a go onto 33. And then one coming in with a rocket barrage damage. Is it enough to take him down? They'll lose No-Tail. And then one is going to be able to clean up 33 in return. So, you know, losing the offlaner for a support. And OG's carry getting the cleanup kill. Be very happy with that sort of trade.
I thought Seb would have a little bit of a harder time down bottom. He's actually owning. Just like the last time I actually saw him play the Monkey King, he's great top.
He's trying to stand his ground here, but Nine's got a DD. Topson trying to keep it. This is going to be able to do it. Oh my goodness! Steps to the side, gets the kill. I mean, in 9, you know, he tasted that. You know, he sets up the Remnant. He gets the DD for himself, but Topson just able to kite him. Top lane. 33, he's now getting back and he's cleaning up this lane. Takes down the 2 of them. Both Midone and No-Tail taken out there this time by Tundra.
Cannot believe Topson actually survives and gets the kill there. That's so crazy. Yeah, I was mentioning Sabi's actually doing so well bottom. Like, he's really leading over the Ursa right now. I know Saksa's really messing with this lane down here, just with these illusions, constantly pulling it and just resetting the positioning, but wow, I thought Seb would at least get slowed down. He's got like every single last hit in the lane.
Let's see that replay again. Look at this. I mean, look, you know, 9, he's smiling there. He's like, okay, I've got the DD rune, just a few hits, just one more, just one. Ah.
What was that? 3 out of 4 hits he got the headshot from?
Topson gives it a little bit of a smile there. I mean, you gotta. That was close. That was close.
every little thing mattering.
Nine back to the lane, but he's got his bottle charges. So again, this harassment from Topson. Yeah, Nine, he's got no regen.
And Topson 6. So, I mean, of course, he doesn't skill to assassinate. He actually gets the extra point in the headshot, but the threat is there. So 9 actually has to back away. Yeah. Sure, he can play around with it with dissimulate.
See any signs of what mid-one's roadmap's going to be? Crazy builds from him.
He's on Falcon Blade probably, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As it seems to be now on this course. Well, 9. He's got to dissimulate. Topson, has he got any more shrapnels? He's got one more shrapnel. 9's in trouble.
He's just getting peeped. He will be able to run away. But Topson's trying to find the angle, right?
I mean, there's no way he finds it. Surely not. It was close, but not quite getting him. Top lane. Hotel will go down. See if everyone can find either of them in return. It looks to be a little difficult now. Biver. Oh. And he'll live. And mid-bomb, he won't. Another 2 kills on this top lane now where Tundra, they're really starting to punish this breed of this Gyro Death Prophet safe lane. 33, he's getting kill after kill now.
Biver playing it really nicely, being able to isolate them and just play really on the skin of his teeth there as Saksa looks like he's trying to mess with and just get some information on stacks as he got an illusion rune. He's trying to out-micro them and it looks like it's kind of going to work. They're not going to bother chasing. I'm just still seeing Seb all the way at the top of this net worth. I mean, this is a really good start for the month. 7 minutes and he's nearly level 7. 9. That was weird. He had the ensnare on him as he left to dissimulate. That was a very weird interaction.
Yeah, I guess he...
Same frame?
I mean, yeah,
caught him as he dissimilated?
Yeah, same time he was going in, yeah. Must have been.
It looks like it. Mid-1 now level 6 up top.
Yeah, now level, yeah.
Much harder now for 33.
Still though, he's level 7, he's up to the side. And he's going to be fine. Biver's going up, he's going to turn around, damage done, but this time back up here from Seb. Seb will come across, they do still lose mid-1. They're getting the kill on the way out. C9 off the retreat, jumping into the pit, but Seb and Topson, they're looking to chase. Boundless strike down on the 2, he's got an upper astral step, Biver. And the cogs.
Vanished, but not
just
gone.
enough distance to get out of there. No-Tail still trying to chase on towards Fata. Actually, Seb, he's not done either. Goes in with the spring, onto Biver. Biver's going to be fine. 9, in with the invis, maybe seeing if he can come out and burst one of the 2 of them. He's going to look towards No-Tail. No-Tail having the siphon. Last charge of it. So after this comes to an end, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. He's going to try for the TP out, but Biver's over with the cogs. They will punish No-Tail for his attempt
Radiant's
to
middle
chase.
tower is under attack.
Crazy aggressive coming out already toward that mid. Now 33 goes bottom and mid-1. He just went there.
Yeah, he's died a few too many times here now as the Gyro. You know, this ain't no joke from last game. Mid-1 definitely having a much rougher start here.
He can't just spin to win this time around. He actually just has to show up to the fights, and he's very fragile when he does. See, Topson gets himself a nice, he actually stacks a triple stack. So he's got something to work with, and we see it queued up already, right? He's got the Mage Slayer queued up. We knew he was going to do it.
I mean, as we stressed, it's just, you know, it's such great stats, everything to have. You know, it's all you could want as sort of a, especially as this sort of squishy, agi core that also has a great range of attack, right? You know, anytime a hero's coming at Topson, he gets one hit on them, and then sort of, you know, the combo, you know, heroes like this Void Spirit, the damage output is not only reduced, but he also has that magic resistance. So the chance is, if 9 comes in and drops all of his abilities onto Topson, it's probably only going to do half his HP, even at that, once the reductions come into play.
Yeah, I guess I think this item is gonna look to get picked up a lot more by these agi cores, in particular versus the spirits. Just the spirits really get countered. So even like Pox, Leshrax, I think this will be an item on the rise. You just get so much out of it. Seeing the invasion coming out from Tundra, they will be able to
Dyer's middle tower
maybe get
is
No-Tail
under
here as he
attack.
steps up a bit more and also take away from him.
Yeah, nice. Everybody used to jump in. A little bit. Quite a bit. But nice. You're able to get those swipes stacked up. No-tail will fall. 9 for 4. Tundra doing a very good job of getting these kills this time around.
Biver, he's actually got eyes on Topson, but now he's in the middle of 4 heroes.
Yeah, he's just going to turn over towards him. Biver needs help. Is he going to get it? 33 thinking about getting involved, but Biver already fallen.
Dire's middle
Biver's
tower
down,
is
and
under
the rest
attack.
of Tundra Esports, they back off.
Close to him getting, it was really close to him actually finding Topson at low HP there. They just had turned up right afterwards. He's getting this nice ward on the high ground, being able to see the invasion. They just wrapped around him. As we see Topson again, he's stacking up some camps, looking to finish up this Mage Slayer. And Skiter, he's just continuing to get closer and closer to his Battle Fury. He's only one piece away. So he's also still having a really good time on this Ursa.
Yeah, that's wild though. We saw on the camp stats. Yeah, Topson, he's done 9 stacks already, just 11 minutes in all by himself. Some incredible efficiency on the sniper.
He does them a lot of times. He goes to farm them at the timing of when you can stack. So he just like peeps each one once, throws a shrapnel into the third, and he actually stacks 3 camps at a time. So it's just efficient movements, as you said.
Definitely feels that this time round, you know, we saw last game, mid-one sort of take the spotlight. This game it's going to be Topson carrying. He's the carrier of the sniper.
I mean, him and mid one, or him and Seb, sorry, in particular.
Oh, and Seb, yeah, that's true. Actually, Seb's making a pretty good support as they do manage to get in on Topson. Caught in the midst of the river. They're going to try and jump in for more. Mid-one, focus twice, but he's never going to light him up for now. No-tail and Seb move over to jump towards Fata on the back lines. There's DD already in the river. Mid-one will grab that and say, oh, that was fun. Back to the jungle.
And they will find Topson though. Remember, it is still the sniper that was picked into some heroes that can get on top of him. Clockwerk, one of the better ones, and the Void Spirit still can collapse on him. He doesn't have that Mage Slayer finish just yet, so very vulnerable.
Just a bit of an awkward position for him to be in, just sort of standing in the front of the river. See, thanks to that bit of the moves. Skiter, he's going to hit very good timing on the battle. This Ursa's without a doubt going to be able to keep up in farm. If the Battle Fury does come out within this next minute, he's going to be farming at a pace that, you know, Topson might be able to keep up with, but the rest of them are going to struggle unless they're finding kills.
And they're even looking to set up for mid one is low HP bottom, 700. They'll show themselves finally though, as No-tail puts a ward down. They'll be able to farm safely, and looks like they are finishing up a couple items here. And 33 just keeps forcing this top lane as hard as he possibly can. They have this ward behind. A nice little juke there by Saksa.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hold Biver back. 4 is here. Fata by the side, Seb. Thinking about casting it right from the trees. They're not prepared for this. The Wukong's command is dropped down. 9 is brought across. The snare pops in with the assassinate coming down. Fata trying to run. Have they got any other damage to catch him though? Doesn't look like it. Fata's already out.
He gets away.
They get themselves all out of there. 9 might go back in.
I cannot believe the coddle.
9.
Now they're going to turn.
He's looking for a way to get in on this. Saksa's going to try for TP out. They got the remnant. Ooh. Good attempt from 9, but not quite quick enough there.
That was so close, and nice by Fata recalling the rest of his team up there just to be sure that they can guarantee that they get this tower. And it's going to save the TP for Skiter, so he can look to go back bottom if he'd like to. And hey, Battle Fury's done. Very good timing for him. He'll be able to keep that pace going. Mid one, he's going for his own farming item, going for Mask of Madness to try to match. But it's going to be tough to match the Ursa for some time.
Dire's top tower
goes out from No-tail in an attempt to finish off this tier 1 tower bottom.
Are fortified.
Topson,
Radiant's
Mage Slayer on its way. He's going to go for the
attack.
Aghanims next in this build.
Oh, that's okay.
I mean, I can see him sort of going Axe, and then I wonder if we see something wild like the sort of full-out magical build, you know, where you sort of go for like the E-blade, the cooldown, reducing
Dire's
items,
middle tower is under attack.
and the blink. You know, obviously,
Dire's structures
Arcane
are
Blink,
fortified.
Octarine, E-blade, that's the build.
Topson, he's grabbed up here by Biver.
Look at Biver. Want to get any more out of this Tundra. And they're going to have 9 jumping in. 9 commits. He's able to burst through No-tail.
It's not your existence.
Find themselves the trade.
Might not.
happy when he gets Viper striked as the 5 death prophet. He tipped 33 almost instantly right after that. I don't know. I think Topson might actually have to go for a little bit more right-click damage. I think this Ags is really nice because the catch, as we mentioned, is really, really awful. And I mean, just the stun versus Void Spirit could get him killed a lot of the times. But I mean, we'll see. I've seen a couple builds from Topson in his pubs. I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head because it's usually like this. It's usually Mage Slayer into this, and then I think he still goes right-click damage after.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
open for change.
We'll see how much fun he wants to have with it. I said that if you do get like the Octarine and the Arcane Blink, you know, that cooldown's down to like a few seconds. You're just popping assassinates out left, right, and center. But you're right. It's not necessarily very good. I've noticed something. It's a little too far.
These players like Topson, you know, they understand where the build hits its limit, unlike you, where you just overcommit and you just full commit the build into one thing.
Now, come on, I'm telling you, my Aghanim Shard, Octarine, Arcane Blink, Wind Ranger build, it's going to catch on soon.
Getting some time to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a close one, this one. 60 minutes at 11 for 8. It's been up and down a little bit. I mean, it's just sort of an interesting dynamic, you know, the OG's lineup has got, as usual. It was sort of the fact that they do have these 3 cores getting very well into carries, whereas Tundra is going to be more about just making sure that Skiter has a solid game. Interesting build for Skiter as well. Goes for the Battle Fury and then does actually go for the Blink after the Battle Fury. So what does this sort of say to you? Is it just sort of getting on top of Topson?
I mean, that used to be the style. I mean, it did always versus the sniper. Everyone get Blink to collapse on him. So. Yeah. And with this recall, this is nice. He actually recalls it into the Roche pit. This is not going to be expected, and yeah, no way OG can contest this. We said OG, they're looking to just get their farm on, finish up the Meteor Hammer in particular on Saksa, so that he can be that big fighting force. So they're gonna have to weather the storm of now this Aegis push that's coming out. We got Topson down.
They're straining on top of him. They're popping the song. Saksa's trying to save him. The Remnant's down though, and inside the pub he's taking a lot of damage. Topson, and he can't get out. Topson will go down. They can still down on the 33 as they take down Biver. They'll also get the Biver. I think if they can get everyone else out of here though, Tundra, they'll be okay with this. Losing 2 heroes, but slowing down Topson's game. And also a fight, No-Tail has used it. The Exorcism, you know, multiple ults were used, so if Tundra can make sure they don't lose anything else here, this will be okay for them. 9.
It's a long ensnare, and now a long silence.
He's just leaving dead. And Skiter, he's got to run. If they're going to sort of chase, Seb has got the Primal Spring up if he wants to try and continue to go for this, but Biver's back in the game. They won't dive any further.
He had Yules.
Did he have all his spells on cooldown? He stood there and he got ensnared.
I have to see it. He had Yules and his full 20 stick up. He didn't use either.
I mean, dude, he was walking around right next to the Naga Siren.
Well, he got, because then he got silenced after, but he had Yules up for quite some time, and then just, I think he got hit by I have to rewatch.
Did we have it clicked on it? I know this is actually just after.
No,
yeah, Yules is up.
And the wand.
Wand is up.
I guess he may get hit by the Boundless, but he sat waiting for some time.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I guess he sort of just turned off for the moment, 9, and was maybe thinking about other things, looking elsewhere on the map. I don't know, but yeah, he just lets himself die. Yeah. Getting in onto No-Tail. He's going to be taking down the Ursa pretty quickly to watch. That's the Aegis one. They do a second time out towards the mid. 33 commits to the Viper Strike out onto Saksa. Skiter trying to jump out up to the high ground and away. We'll make it out of there. But that is Tundra going through the Aegis and not really getting too much more done with it. They get a couple of kills, but no, nothing objective-wise.
No, definitely didn't get as much as I feel like they had wanted to here. As I think OG, they can just reset. They did lose Topson, which was pretty huge for them, but they can reset and they're still in a comfortable spot. I mean, mid one is now, he's getting that farm on, right? That's why they have this big kind of like triple scaling lineup. If one dies, the other can pick up the weight. And mid one has Mantha pretty much done, so he's still pretty farmed on this Gyro.
Yeah, he's slowly cruising along. You know, it's no Midas spots sort of farm timing as we saw last game, but definitely making a very solid recovery, seeing as he did have this beginning where he pretty much died 4 times back to back, but that has all been left in the past now as he manages to keep on track with Skiter's farm. And Skiter, of course, he's an Ursa who got a great timing on a Battle Fury, so definitely very impressive to see from mid one in terms of the recovery he has made.
Fata. I've been stalking him for quite some time now, but Fata will be able to get away. As a lot of rotations coming out. Tundra, they do not want this to happen. In mid one, he's sticking around.
Seb's looking for this.
I know
Does he want to?
such power.
Does he want to go for
Dodge the
Fata?
hook shot. They're setting up. They're bringing Saksa. They want to use the sleep here.
Yeah, Seb's giving them the info from the backlines, and they'll take Fata out straight away over the boundless strike. Song in place from Saksa. He's looking to set things up for the Meteor Hammer onto the Tundra. Wukong's command, the combo executed to perfection.
My ears in the rain.
Dire are scanning.
Not done yet. They're looking for 9. 9 should be fine though. Still have to stimulate. Astral Step. Yours up in a second. Over to the side he goes. Can catch this. Seb. Oh, nice move.
Cuts it.
Turns, crest the tree of Seb. He's got to stimulate up in a second, but he snares out. He's got no options left.
What a nice read there by OG too. I think I've been watching Seb stalking the Coddle a lot of the times. I think he wants to make sure to take him out. The blinding light's been frustrating him a bunch there, and they get this beautiful setup because of it. They overchase. I saw Saksa actually pop Tome right before that happens, so he gets level 2 Song for the radius as well. Charges in, catches everybody. Perfect from OG.
Radiant's middle tower
This is why they love the Saksa Naga Siren and why they pick it up as early as they do. You don't get much better setup than what you could do as this Naga Siren Meteor Hammer in the game. This is as good as it gets, and Saksa just executes it perfectly. Pretty much all the time. There was that clip the other day, but other than that, he does it perfect.
Yeah. Everyone trips up once. Twice though, Saksa, we can't let you do it twice. Perfect. On point, and it's every time that it feels like it's every time that it's going to be the 2 heroes are next to each other, just like we saw the other day from them playing it. And the frequency now, right? He had popped the Tome right before. That's a level 12, level 2 Song. So they only got 20-second downtime now after they all do respawn and start getting into their position. So OG, they can probably look to just do something like that again, because Wukong's has pretty much same synergy with that 110-second cooldown. And now they got a full round of items coming out too, the BKB in particular on Seb, so he can play. He can actually stay in his Wukongs, because now, like I said, 2 or 3 times now I've seen the Coddle blinding lighting him out, stick on targets, and yeah, these fights are going to get harder and harder, it feels like, for Tundra. 9. Almost shows his face in mid.
You're ready for him here, OG.
Skiter has a fresh BKB now as well, too, so he's quite a bit stronger inside of these fights, too. He's just been getting... It's really just been him getting isolated. The fights just start out and 2 people are dead, so they have to back away. They're going to smoke. Well, let's get their own initiation.
Oh, they see Topson. Can they get on top of him? Here we go. Skiter's running down the river. He's ready to make the jump. They're on him. But the Song is there. Saksa's in with a counterplay. Puts a stop to the attempt from Biver. And from Skiter, Hammer's going to come crashing down onto 33 and 9. Wukong's command out as well. Fire to fall. He's there, holding 33 position in the midst of his Monkey King ult as they take down a second. Saksa's ticking down low. He will also end up falling to the damage over time. Seb's going to continue to try and chase on, see if he can catch out 9. Over he goes, 9 out to the side. 9 will live. So they do get Topson. They do get Saksa. They lose a couple in return for it. So definitely not the worst there for Tundra. They keep Skiter alive, and even though OG do drop the big combo, they don't manage to kill even Skiter or 9.
Fortified.
Can they get any more kills here? Looks like 9 was chasing, but we've seen them. They stuck Topson for sure. Skiter with the blink, 9 as well. They both just stayed right on top of him and kind of playing on the outskirts of the Wukong, being able to set up for that kill. Pretty decent. 2 for 2 when they have to blow so much on OG. All 3 ults getting expended.
See this as well from Topson. He is queuing up the shard next. I mean, Cap said he didn't like the shard. I think this shard's pretty good, isn't it? You don't rate this shard very highly.
Disarm.
You know what? Yeah, against heroes like an Ursa, if you're able to catch him when the ult's down.
What if he's BKB? Then it's useless, right? So I mean, I'm a little mixed on it. It's 9. The instant assassinate.
When next you turn around,
okay.
I will be there.
It's a flash in the pan.
Fata trying to... I was going to say, they've got to slide him out of it. 4 stars. As soon as he does make a go, they're in on him. So he's away around these spawns. Looks like he'll be able to kill 3 of them. Seb's going to continue to chase off with Fata, and he's getting this kill. Off to the side, no tell. Getting a push onto Skiter with a blink. Damage flies in. 33 having to hide in the tree. that Seb's around him. Seb, after he's gone for this BKB, can now start to look back to scale. Ags on cue next. And oh, they sort of took a little bit of a wander through that jungle quite confidently, not expecting them to make the jump on him. They did. Had quite a kill streak as well, then mid-one, of course. 7 kills, so Skiter getting a good bit of money for that. 700 gold.
That's nearly the Basher finish. Yeah, that's going to be really nice for him to be able to stick on targets, and getting him closer to an Abyssal is definitely the absolute dream versus the Sniper and Gyro. Yeah, he committed. He bought the Shard. So, I mean, when the BKBs are down, the Shard definitely has its merits, but we'll see how it works out. There's 9.
The assassinate. He's knocked down for a good amount of time, not quite long. 9's able to jump out. Just isn't being popped by No-Tail, but taking some heavy hits with 133. Also getting bashed by Roche.
Of course.
Getting very, very low. Ursa Tundra, though, weren't looking to chase at that moment in time. And have to sort of back off, wait for the exorcism to come to an end.
How many 4 steps does OG? Okay, they have the 1 4-step. So they will have at least one way to reset Topson's positioning. Still a little tough for him, so I guess that's why he's also looking at this concussive grenade. If he gets 4-stepped away, he can get maybe even a blink off, then he can reset. He's just going for this very obnoxious build that's going to be in the midst of everything, doing a lot of damage and just controlling too. While mid-one is able to go for the full carry build now. So, I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe we could see some shenanigans with the build deviating.
And I know, as you said earlier, you're a bit concerned if he didn't get sort of the right click, but I think he gets away with it just because of the fact, you know, he has Seb, you know.
Yes.
He's essentially he's going to be sort of a late game carry with it once he has his axe, and then
Radiant's top
whatever
tower
his
is under attack.
first sort of big carry item's going to be on top of that.
By taking on Saksa's in position.
Oh, Biver.
Big shot.
He's going to start things off, trying to split this one off the side. Seb jumping over. He's looking for the connection on Biver. He'll find it. Balance strikes straight down, and Biver's out of the fight.
It's all around this Roche area too that they both really want to control.
Radiant's
Opposite
top
sentries
tower
being placed
is
down,
under
and
attack.
OG starting it with the butterfly on the Gyrocopter. He can just stand there and tank it. He'll be fully sustained. Got a sentry on the high ground too. And yeah, Saksa's gonna keep scouting now with these illusions to give information of when they are trying to come in. So let's see what type of angle approach Tundra does look to take. As I mean, the Roche is dying.
And it's still struggling to get in at all. No, she's just leaving. Mid-one to do it for himself. Actually, mid-one stepping out. Look at what's 33 points. The BKB tries to get away, but this butterfly is a heavy hit from mid-one. At the same time, Skiter's been able to find the backlines. Jumps in, commits fully onto Topson. Takes that sniper down for a minute. Now he moves over towards mid-one in range pop, but he's been silenced. They're trying their best to find him. Biver coming back to lock mid-one down. Allows Skiter to finish the kill. The song comes out for Saksa, but not before they've lost 2 cores. Saksa trying to turn with the hammer onto 2 of them, but OG, they're just on a retreat here. They have to get out. Saksa's not going to be able to escape. The Bashers are there. They get the kills, and OG, they didn't finish Roche. So now Skiter's able to step in. Tundra's going to get this for themselves.
And the angle of approach did not work for them. They tried to OG's actually the one who chased out trying to get 33. Almost kill him immediately, but it actually put Topson. They found out where he was because of that, and Skiter can just fully commit onto him from on top.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is
with
under
the
attack.
concussive grenade, just as you said, you know, isn't going to do anything when he's in with the BKB. So he's going to have very little. I mean, it's a hard game, and for a sniper, that's not surprising, right? Because it's a sniper. You know, this hero is, it has its vulnerabilities when it's playing against these gap closers.
I just want to see him shoot the grenade. Okay, there we go. I got to see him
Dire's
shoot.
top tower
He used it
is
in the
under
base as I
attack.
said it. I hadn't seen it yet, so it's kind of cool. Oh, and he also has the Quicksilver amulet. Okay, that makes sense. So he used it to actually go faster. Getting close to Abyssal on the Ursa. I mean, Skiter's still off to a great, great game. Like 5-0-4. He's really just the cement for this team at the moment.
No, he's playing it perfectly. This carry Ursa. You see on the farm. Mid-one, I said, for the most part, mid-one's done an excellent job of keeping up the farm with Skiter, but at this stage, Skiter is just such a potent hero. He jumps, commits on mid one or
Dire's
Topson with this
bottom
abyssal,
tower
and
is under attack.
they're gonna struggle. It's for sure. Mid one has got the evasion of the butterfly, but Topson for sure. He is so vulnerable to the abyssal blade Ursa.
Yeah, I mean the thing is too is like Skiter has done an excellent job of just this game of just himself and the target priority he's doing. He's always getting the right target, while mid one is being super reckless this game, right? 6 deaths. He's had 4 deaths before the 15-minute mark. So Skiter definitely the MVP for me right now. How he's been controlling, and he's got abyssal, so he's got a really big power spike. He can even, if they see Seb even out of position now, like anybody on the side of OG can just die.
He kills anyone
from this Ursa.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially with any sort of backup.
Yeah, they're swinging bottom. They have this ward down here for one more second, which sees No-Tail and mid one backing away.
These guys are looking pretty dead here. Hook shot in from Biver.
TPing already.
He's trying to get out. Now he's got the setup. They open it onto mid one, and with that abyssal, there's no escape. There's no help for mid one. Saksa as well tries to come to do something, but he cannot do so as Tundra. As long as they play around this Ursa, it's going to be very difficult for OG to deal with in these positions where OG is not ready as 5 members. You know, anytime they're split up at all, Tundra's lineup's going to kill them every time, and very likely lose no one in return.
Just such a fast collapse. I mean, and you're already queuing up the next item because we said that butterfly from the Gyro. They do I think there was a rocket to scout behind too to see Saksa coming in, who was actually stopped canceling his sleep, didn't find the opportunity. It's been Tundra now these last few moments, just really heads up plays and movements. Fata kind of leading the charge, leading the dictation of where they're going to be going. He's also getting significant farm. He's got a Hex queued up too, and they're really starting to pull ahead right now from OG. OG not getting their combos together, not being close together enough after that whole Roche situation. I think you said, so Blink is done. Now he Topson queues up the E-Blink.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so it's the only thing that might help him a little bit, right? You know, he knows that Skiter is the big problem. He needs this.
They're ready for this fight again down bottom. All of OG's coming. They just saw Seb jump to the right side. They're actually recalling everybody to Fata. Now going to recall his Void Spirit. All of OG at the ready this time.
Trying to go in on Skiter. It's a hard target. 9 trying to draw them off to the side. OG kind of split with sort of who they want to chase.
Nice disengage by Tundra.
Yeah, they know exactly what OG's looking for here, and they're not giving it to him. Staying completely away. Managing to have a good read of sort of OG's attempts to get some sort of action. Comes to
Radiant's bottom tower
finding them
is
alone,
under
but
attack.
Tundra just
Dire's
a
middle
step
tower
ahead.
is under attack.
They'll likely concede this tier 2.
They're going to smoke again.
Right.
9 just finished a BKB. I think that's why they were giving a little more respect. He was 100 gold off. And yeah, they're going to TP fight into here.
Yeah, if OG stick around and can't finish the tower, they might get a chance for a good catch on. 9's going to start poking in towards No-Tail. Wants the BKB jumping over towards it. They're taking out Seb. Saksa's going to go down as well. OG's got to retreat. They're trying to run, but 9's got this continued control on to Midone. Midone's going to try and turn towards Skiter, but Skiter is in with the bashes on top of Midone. Midone tries to turn and fight back, but he cannot deal with the Ursa in his face. 9 continues to toy with Topson on the back, buying time for the rest of them to continue to chase him down. Will manage to blink up to the side. He's going for the TP out, but he has to cancel it. The Remnant was out. Topson will also fall, as OG just cannot get anything done right now. They stick around. They got the tower, but that was all the part of the plan for Tundra. As they come in with that sweep round from the high ground, and they win another solid team fight. They're now at 9k, and maybe OG's sort of crazy draft here has come to a bit of an end, as it doesn't seem to be working to the same extent that the Tundra's lineup is right now. As there Ursa Skiter, he's just unstoppable. They cannot deal with him.
No, he's an absolute beast. And now he's actually switched. He had the MKB queued up, and he just goes, whatever, I want SNY, and who cares? Wants some status resist to be able to play around and all.
Yeah.
More movement speed too. I mean, he's eating heroes anyway. I saw the monkey kick Seb in that last fight, got abyssal. 6 hits from overpower. Another overpower comes up, 6 hits, dead. And that's how the fight kicks off.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Sure, there's a butterfly on mid one, but as you saw there, they don't really care too much about mid one yet. The butterfly isn't scary enough on its own, and especially this stage where he still hasn't quite got the BKB. Yeah, they're killing him regardless if the Ursas are missing a few hits. So as long as Skiter can stay alive, they're going to be in a pretty good position to win every fight they're in.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they even have they've been winning all these fights, and now they even have a Will-O-Wisp on top too. So Fata, he actually switches from the Hex, he goes for this side, the Aghanims instead. This would be a great way. If he, I mean, they can actually catch Seb off guard too. If he drops a Will-O-Wisp near trees, throws him off the trees, cuts him down. A lot of different things that they can do now. These fights, saying quite some time ago that it was looking tough for Tundra, but Tundra has completely turned it around after that whole Roach situation. Full control, full firm grasp.
9. He's going to let's try set things up on a Seb. BKB's out. Seb. Going to have a bit of annoyance there from these Viper strikes. Of course, 33 this Aghanims means, yeah, it's going to be all over the place. 10-second cooldown, and basically a 50% uptime on the Viper strike that he can just continue to throw down onto any of the cores and make it very hard for them to stay on any target.
Trying to space make however he can with these illusions, getting a meteor hammer up top. Decent damage on the tower. We'll put it into deny range, and they should be able to get it.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Trying to think when the fights for OG get a little bit easier. I mean, they do have the Ghost Scepter on Topson, and they have a BKB now on mid one, which will give them some type of protection. But there's so much overwhelming damage from the Ursa, and he's getting on top of these heroes every time. It's hard. And now he's got the overpowered talent too, so he's got 9 hits instead of the 6. Let's see mid one. He's walking directly up the hill into them.
You can see, you know, OG, as soon as whether they're around, OG, they're no longer quite as aggressive as they've been trying to play.
Jumps into the Remnant.
They're still a little scared about going here as well, though, Tundra. They want to wait for more information. See if OG really are trying to go for a fight here.
They have a feeling that Seb's still doing this. Monkey business in the trees. He's constantly scouting with Remnants and rockets. Yeah, they still know. As soon as he jumps out now, yeah, they're still scouting. Neutral items being picked up. This will be a nice one for Topson to not show his face and just hide in the back lines and Ninja Gear.
Yeah, this actually can make all the difference, because even if they do try and go for these blinks upon him, you know, chances that Ninja Gear, they won't know exactly where he is, and he's able to get the blink away before Skiter's ever get the first hit. If Topson's quick.
Yeah, he's keeping it too. Like, he had the option now to get a flicker, and he's keeping it. Now there's an illusion escape. This could be tempting for him to at least be switching in and out.
And it's off.
Really going to be up to these big fights if OG's able to somehow get them back here. Yeah, Tundra just controlling this game for the last
Skiter.
Yeah, 10+ minutes. Skiter.
You're gonna run into mid-bomb. Mid-bomb trying to chase. Who's got with him? Yeah, the entirety of OG seems to be set for Tundra. Both teams just making sure that they're never really too far away from each other right now. They know that the opposite side is always wanting to look to go for a 5-on-5, and especially around this sort of timing. Roshan's back up.
Skiter can do some big stuff here too. He also has his own Ninja Gear. It's going to be back up in about 15 seconds. If you'd like to go for some type of wraparound plays, look for the sniper in those weird positions. I mean, he has the potential.
OG's trying to catch them from behind here. At the same time, Tundra, they're smoked up on the high ground. So he's going to make the jump first. As there's the Boundless down. The Boundless of the Ursa. Skiter will put the BKB 9. Jumping in straight away. Overwatch stacks it. Oh, they got a watch Hotel. BKB's out from the but they got control. The hookshot comes straight in. Buying time for Skiter to just punch into the Gyro. Take that one out. There'll be a buyback from Notel, but I don't think it's going to be able to do anything to save Topson. And Seb here is Topson. Jumped up one again by 9. Topson, he's trying to hold his ground and pops the Ghost Scepter, giving him some chance to run, but Skiter's in with the Abyssal. The Ghost form comes to an end as Topson falls. 4 dead on OG. As again, it just seems too hard for OG to fight right now. Tundra just too far ahead, and Skiter just absolutely uncontrollable.
again, just they get the wraparound, they kill the 2 supports before the fight even starts. The 3v5 as soon as it kicks off. They find Topson. It's just looking hard for OG to really kick any fight off. They don't want to start with just an initial sleep of him running in, since he has the ag. Because of the way it both goes down, he wants to be able to get it after these BKBs wore off. They just find him immediately, so they can't actually look to reset at all. And it's just an awkward place for OG, and we're seeing Rapiers getting queued up. I think they're also feeling these last few moments have just been Tundra entirely favored.
Oh, they really have. The graph's just been on the up and up for Tundra. It's just a question of, do OG have some sort of major strengths holding the high ground? I mean, they do have a sniper. But, Topson's build has just really taken a hit, slowed down completely, really, in the second half of this game with the way that these fights have been going. And it's at a point that even on the high ground, I don't think Tundra's going to be too fearful about just jumping past tier 3s and finding a way to get on top of him. They're ready to fight him under tier 4s with how big some of their heroes are.
Yeah, definitely don't want to make too many overzealous moves, though, jumping into that high ground. Just wait till OG looks to make the mistake. That's still a place, that's probably the only place where OG can come back now. It doesn't look like there's a single chance for them to win fights outside with the way that Tundra's been approaching. So don't lose to yourself now, pretty much, going on that high ground. They have such a good commanding lead, and yeah, still continuing to control the map very nicely. Swinging the way toward top, no hesitation after they get the other lanes pushed out.
Do see, of course, the kills at the top. Remember, it has aligned. Really, could this be a game where a turnaround occurs? It seems hard to find it right now with the way that Tundra's playing and how far ahead they are. Very hard to sort of see a way it turns around at this stage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's got about 8,000 gold in the bank.
He's just saving up.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And level 27 as well. Absolutely top tier.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh gee, they're gonna have to head back soon. Do something about this defense. They do manage to get at least the bottom lane and the mid lane all quite pushed over, so it would just have to be this top wave to deal with.
Is under attack.
Topson's got an arcane, and he is a sniper, so he's gonna start getting this big defense. 33. They're actually gonna be able to chase out for the recall's risky.
Everyone's trying to go in on this. The Will-O-Wisp is down. Midone wants the BKB, but Skiter's in with the Abyssal. They'll try and knock him back with a concussive grenade, but he's able to get straight back in on the mid-one. Saksa will come in with the save. Pops the song, allows mid-one to retreat. Can they do anything aggressive with this? Saksa tries to lay down the Meteor Hammer, but Skiter's already out with the Ursa. But they do save mid-one.
This is crazy too. Now that Will-O-Wisp is not an ultimate technically, I'm watching Fata just refresh its timer. He just is chakra magicking himself. He's almost back up now.
Oh, that's true actually.
Yeah,
and as you say, sure, he's gonna do it again. It's a little harder to get, but once you get it, it's better than ever.
Yep.
Mid-9. He's in with the Dissimulate stun. He gets the setup on the turn, and there's the Will-O-Wisp. He's already back up. They're ready for another round. Skiter's in trying to get down to mid-one. Mid-one's out to the side. He tries to keep himself safe for the Ghost Hunter, but the blast comes in, finishes him off. Mid-one's down for 90. He's a massive glucose come after instead. Will allow him to take down Skiter the once. Can they do it a second time? Random being in position, Skiter getting forced out to the side. He's able to get out of the ult. He'll be okay for now. A turn with the Vibe Strike onto No-Tail. He's ready to go out for another round in 9. Jumps in with the Dissimulate. No-Tail's dead. Stun out onto Step. Steps out for the count for 100 seconds. None of their heroes with buyback available. As Tundra, they're ready to go for the objectives, ready to go for the game end. They know that these heroes are unable to buy back into this, or at least unlikely to do so with their recent item pickups. As he's left to Saksa and Topson to try and hold this off, but they can't. Skiter's in onto Saksa. And they're ending the game here. A tier 4's a falling 9. Over he goes. He does die. But Topson has got a buyback. Saksa trying to slow this down with the song potential. It's already at half HP. They're able to finish it off, no trouble. As it goes to Tundra. And OG, it was a wild draft. It was a wild ride. But one that I think they wanted to get off there for the last 20 minutes, as it did.